This is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-minute warning for the week of September 8th. In this week's 2-minute warning, we're taking a look at how the tariffs and deminimus issues will impact your company. Folks, with all this information and stuff going on with tariffs and de minimis rule, I'm reminded of some conversations that I've had recently with some C-level executives, some CEOs, some presidents, CFOs, COOs, chief supply chain officers, a whole bunch of folks. And one of them said it best. You know, Mike, when it comes to this tariff and de minimis stuff, it's like we're floating around in uncharted waters, and I'm concerned because I know there are some icebergs there that could potentially damage our ship. Now, with that thought in mind, I'm reminded of a very important quote that Carl Sagan shared years ago, and it said the dangers of not thinking clearly are much greater now than ever before. It's not that there's not something new in our way of thinking, it's that credulous and confused thinking can be much more lethal in ways it was never before. So as you're looking at how your company is managing the tariff situation, are you thinking clearly, or could there be some credulous and confused thinking? I was talking with one C-level executive. He was sharing with me, he's not happy with this and not happy with that. I said, well, who on your team has the requisite expertise and experience to navigate these things? Because prior to all this tariff stuff happening, it wasn't necessarily an important issue for you and your company. You could delegate it to outside sources, but now you need that experience and expertise to gauge how your company can manage in the most effective way and mitigate your risk strategy. That's why on September 23rd, we are hosting a very important webcast with our friends from the NITL and CSCMP. Not only we get an update on what's going on with all the tariff stuff, but we're going to give you some solid tools that can help you manage better and more effectively with these tariffs and de minimis issues. We're also going to help you to understand what are some of the issues with reshoring. It's not like it can happen tomorrow, but what are some companies doing now to prepare for tomorrow where they can deleverage the risk associated in their supply chains. Now, before leaving, want to share a couple other things. A couple of weeks ago, my friend Jeff Berman from Logistics Management interviewed me on a podcast about what's going on in the transportation industry. It's gotten some great reviews from people that are listening to it. Welcome you to go to transact.com and take a look and listen to what we have to say and share your thoughts with me. The second thing I want to make sure you're aware of are some outstanding educational opportunities. On October 5th to the 8th, both CSCMP, they're having their annual conference in Baltimore. NITL's having their annual summit in Washington, D.C. Great events. Which one do you go to? CSCMPs will probably be more focused on supply chain issues, while NITL is going to be focused on transportation, logistics, and issues that affect your freight budgets. Now, we make all of this information available to you because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you, we're on your team, here to help. Passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.